What's going on, everybody? You're listening to alaunesports podcast. Welcome to a new episode. It's episode 51 with both of our hosts, Richy and Mike. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Richie? It's um, it's a somber day, man. It's a somber day.
Why?
I had a
Oh,
bad
oh,
weekend.
okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. I thought it was something that happened today, but
No. I just have to talk about it.
yeah,
That's it.
man. Uh,
That's it.
Tough day for you.
That's it, man. How you been, man? How was your weekend?
It was good. It was just short. Went pretty quick.
Yeah, you
Nothing much.
went to
I
catch
didn't
it.
do much.
Went to catch an NBA game live.
Oh yeah, I did
Saw the
actually
Knicks.
on Friday.
Saw the Knicks win.
You know what's funny? I had something to do at work, and I had to leave at 5 so I could get home and then get ready, and head there because it's in Miami, and I had to drive in. It's like heavy traffic, and I had something that one of my coworkers had to do for me, and it was like 4:58,
Mm-hmm.
and she takes a customer, and I'm like, hey, I ain't staying, buddy. I wrapped up. I'll deal with that on Monday, man. I gotta go to a game, but it was a good game, man.
Yeah.
Very good game, man. Very good ending to go watch a game.
Yep. You got the best ending that you could possibly
I know,
think.
right?
The dramatics, last second buzzer beater to
And
win
the
the
chance.
game.
Oof.
That's good. That's good. We almost had that too when we went to MSG. It's just that it didn't. The Knicks just didn't win,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Game went to
We had
OT.
Ben Simmons dissecting us. That's probably how long we went.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons was cooking us.
Oh man. But yeah, it was a very good game, like you said. Very good ending. The ending that most people would want if you're paying tickets to go watch a game. You want those kind of games. But it was crazy. It was so many New York fans, and I was telling my friends, I was telling the guys, Sebastian and Gaetan, I was like, "Yo, it's what the hell? Like, are we in Madison Square Garden? Because the chants were very, very, very loud, and I don't think that. I think maybe it's either like a lot of Knicks fans came and made the trip, or there's a lot of New Yorkers living in Florida.
hmm hmm That could be it. That could be it. I wouldn't doubt it.
But yeah, man, we're hot.
Yes, sir. Knicks tape.
Let's
Y'all,
go.
y'all climbing up the ladder right now.
We're like one game away from the fifth spot, and we're trying to snap that away from the Cavs. It doesn't matter if we finish fifth or fourth. That's the ideal position that we want to, because I feel like we can compete against the Cavs. All right, for today's topics, we have two topics. We're going to speak about Liverpool and Manchester United Premier League game at the Henfield over the weekend and the result. And we're also going to speak about the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yep.
We will end the show with what's up with that. And Mike, I didn't give you any topics for what's up with that. I didn't get a chance to, but probably more dramatic if I don't
Okay.
let you know.
Yeah. Always best that I don't know. It's always best that I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I wanted to ask something before we started.
Reactions after the weekend, man. It's so funny, Rich. A friend of mine, Kareem, he asked me, like, we were hanging out till like, I don't know, 2, 3 a.m. Sunday morning. And it was like, yo, what's your thoughts about the game? It's like, yo, who do you think is gonna win? And I just had to look around the room. And I was like, what are you asking me, man?
What are you
Like,
asking me?
it's
We
like,
got this.
it's like, do you know me?
Do you know who we are?
Do you know me? Do you not know I'm a Manchester United fan? He's like, no. He's like, no, I'm just asking you for real. I'm like, yo, we're the hottest team in Europe right now against a team that's playing mediocre football. We're gonna beat these guys. Like, what are you talking about? And lo and behold, we get absolutely destroyed. Shambolic performance, an embarrassing performance from top to bottom. Yeah, man, it was just absolutely embarrassing. Once the third goal came about, it was just about like, all right, how many goals are Liverpool going to score at this point? And they ended up scoring 7. Yeah, it was just embarrassing. But I mean, I know my thoughts. I mean, I have a lot to say about the
Yeah, we're
performance.
gonna
But
get into it.
what was your reaction from the game, like from start to
Um,
finish?
yeah, from the start, when I mentioned to the group chat, I'm like, damn, Liverpool is just dominated the game. Like they were putting in a lot of intensity, like the normal Liverpool in
Hmm.
first 15 minutes. Intensity, um, attacking with their fullbacks. Everyone was just in sync. My reaction after the 3-0, like you said, that it was either two things. Either Ten Hag closes the game and call it a day. But when they kept going and going and going, I was like, I was not expecting a night like this for Manchester United, especially came off from a Carabao Cup winner and knocking out West Ham in the FA Cup. Even though I thought West Ham kind of handed over the game to Manchester United, but was not expecting that result, especially from guys who just won a competition and has a full confidence against guys who are not too sure where they at. And yeah, my reaction was like, WTF, man. What's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah. What do you think?
um,
Why do
yeah.
you think that was the case?
Why?
Hmm.
I have an
In
idea
your opinion,
why. In my opinion,
yeah.
I I just think that you guys left too much spaces for the fullbacks to operate. I think this is one of the cases like we understand that Liverpool is not Liverpool from last season or 2 seasons ago, but these players from time to time they can show you why they were winners at some point. It's exactly like Real Madrid. We did not expect Real Madrid to score 5 goals at the Hinfield.
Hmm.
The Real Madrid we saw the weekend before or 2 weekends before. I mean, Real Madrid fans knows that this team is sick and not sick in a good way, like Hill. So it's almost as the same thing as Liverpool. Like, I mean, for Real Madrid, like you let Real Madrid get in the games, it can hurt you. Liverpool also, if you get two of the best, two of their best fullbacks who had a lot of assists in past years, if you let them open, that's fine. But if they're in their bag, they can hurt you. So there's many things, but I just felt like spaces from the fullback, spaces that they left for Gakpo, they kind of hurt you guys.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
For sure. I mean, well, all you said, all the things you just said, Richie, are absolutely correct. I think, yeah, Liverpool came in very hungry. Um, they came up with, high intensity. I think a little bit more intensity than they showed in the past few weeks. I know after the game, it's easy, especially like, after you lose so poorly. Guys were talking. Luke Shaw said that, since they won the Carabao Cup, standards have been slipping a little bit. So, I mean, for me overall, I think what I'll say, and this is just my opinion. I know 7-0 is a huge score to, like as a professional football team to lose 7-0, that's just like Ten Hag said, it's unprofessional. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna put this loss solely on the players. I think Ten Hag has a lot to respond for that loss. I think he has to take most of the criticism for that loss because of how he employed his tactics and the team sheet that the first 11 that he chose for that game. Every pundit and every analyst would have, going into that game when they saw the team sheet and they saw the first 11 that were starting, they would think that, oh, okay, Marcus Rashford is going to be starting versus Trent Alexander-Arnold, which was not the case. Marcus
Mm-hmm.
Rashford was deployed as a number 9, with Weghorst again deployed as a number 10, and Bruno Fernandes playing as a left winger.
Mm-hmm.
This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the second time Bruno Fernandes has played as a left winger under Ten Hag, and the other time was in the final versus Newcastle when he made a substitution and Bruno played there for I don't know 20 minutes, and he
Okay.
got exposed on that leg flank by Trippier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so
But
he's not used.
hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on. You're going a little too fast.
Yeah, go, go.
You ready.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna stop you for a few seconds.
Go ahead, go
I'm just
ahead.
gonna repeat again for the audience the topics we're gonna go on for today.
Mhm.
But we're gonna go right into it. So today's topic we're gonna discuss about Liverpool and Manchester United results, and we're gonna move on to the very last topic. It will be about the Memphis Grizzlies. But Mike, I wanted to ask you something before. the game. I mean, before we start really talking about tactics and many more. Are you a fan of soft drinks?
Soft drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What kind of soft drinks that you usually drink?
I mean, why did I say yes when I really don't drink soft drinks like that?
I mean, I
I
expected you to say you used to.
Yeah, unfortunately lately I've been getting back into soft drinks,
Uh,
which I shouldn't be. I was an all water guy for a
for a
long
long time.
time. Yeah, but I'm mostly ginger ale, I would say.
I'm gonna give you a couple soft drinks. I saw
Mm.
something this morning. It was like, I'm like, let me try it with someone. I'm gonna give you a couple soft drinks. You're just gonna give me a reaction of each of the soft drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I'm gonna tell Coca-Cola. You're gonna tell me something it reminds you of. We're gonna start with Coca-Cola. Actually, give me a reaction about that.
Movies.
Dr. Pepper.
The 1950s.
Diet Coke.
Ew.
Pepsi.
Cheap Coke.
And the last one, 7 Up.
Haiti. That's the only
80?
place yeah, man. That's the only place
Man,
I really saw 7 Up.
you
Yo.
missed it.
What?
You
What was
missed
the
the
7
joke.
Up? What was the joke?
7 Up. 7-0.
Come on,
Sorry.
man. Come on, man. Ah,
I'm sorry.
come on, man. I hope our listenership goes after you.
You know it's crazy. I was just playing around and and like lately this is how my notes be looking at because I take my notes at work
Nice,
now because
nice,
I don't
nice,
have
nice.
yeah. So I was like, I don't know how I got to the a page that was like I was watching something about Liverpool's tactics and then there was like
There were
a
some
Coke.
jokes.
There was like, there was a Coke like going like this in the sides,
Mhm.
like as a GIF, and I don't know. It just I'm like, oh shit, 7 Up, Barcelona against Bayern Munich when Bayern Munich give him 7 and 2 legs, and I'm like, then that could be I could find a probably a good joke for 7 in the Liverpool, but I'm like, yeah, Mike's not gonna be happy about that, but.
Look at Richie trolling me in
Sorry, man.
my.
The artist gotta live a little. All right, let's get back to Manchester United, Liverpool, and then I didn't want to cut you off, but do you remember exactly how where you got out? You were talking about Newcastle, something about Newcastle.
Yeah. Roughly. I mean, about Bruno Fernandes being played as a left winger, instead of being in his usual number 10 role, in the middle of the field, like, playing freely.
Mm-hmm.
It was the second time. I think it's the second time playing in that position under Ten Hag. And yeah, man, so Ten Hag just has to get the full brunt of the criticism for that because I think the loss starts at three things specifically. Two being two players starting in the starting 11, and one being the team shape that he employed tactically. Uh, Diogo Dalot should not be starting versus Liverpool. I understand that the first half of the season he played as one of the best right backs in Europe, potentially, but since he came back from the World Cup and he's been injured, he hasn't come back. You know, he's not 100%. And even if he was 100%, Diogo Dallo is not a good defender. That's just not who he is. And we saw what happened versus Newcastle versus Alice Maxim. He was totally exposed. He got a yellow card with under 10 minutes, and he had to be subbed off for Wan-Bissaka in the second half immediately. Like, you cannot start Diogo Dallo versus a flank of Cody Gapco and the new Suarez.
Oh my god, I hate when you say that. This was.
You just can't. You just cannot do it. And Bruno Fernandes has played on the right hand side because Anthony wasn't available sometimes. That's the reason why he plays on the right hand side. And to be fair, Bruno does a lot of good runs in behind the defense, just like Marcus Rashford does. He's probably one of the better players in the Manchester United side that does those things to beat the defense on runs, on timely runs. But to play him on the left hand side, it's like, dude, like, what's going on, man? Like, I just didn't get that. And the other thing was Wout Weghorst. Why?
I feel like that's a lot of questions that a lot of pundits had
Yeah.
about the tactical choices of Ten Hag
Yeah,
with Gorst as a number 10.
and Richie, like for me, I mean, this is a question I'm going to ask to you. Well, it's not a question, but it's something I'm
Yeah.
just going to put out there. Maybe the listenership could say could have some ideas about it too. But you could kind of look at it for, I mean, I love Ten Hag.
Yes.
I maybe love him a little too much, like so early on because I've been talking so much about him. But you could look at it in terms of like a glass half empty, glass half full type of situation because I think the reason why I like Ten Hag so much is because I feel like he's a brilliant tactical coach. Like he makes adjustments when needed.
Yes.
But some people could look at it as like, well, why does he have to make so many adjustments within a game? Why doesn't he always get it right from the beginning? Why does he have to take Weghorst out at halftime? Why does he have to switch Marcus Rashford from the right hand side to his original left hand side in a game because Garnacho's not doing, like, why does he have to do those things in the second half even though the team responds? But why does he always have to do those things? And in me, like, you could criticize him either way, but the team has been performing, they've been getting results, and he's able to analyze the game and figure things out. But in this situation, I just feel like he got it completely wrong, man. Like, to be fair to him, he said in his presser he felt like they were the better team in the first half. I wouldn't go that far, but he has an argument.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think they were the better team, but they weren't in panic mode. There was even when they went down 1-0, they had a lot of occasions to score.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the benches of the game was Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Bruno twice, if I'm not mistaken. They had chances.
100%, 100%. I think we did have the better chances. One Bruno Fernandes header from the left hand side where again Trent Alexander-Arnold got completely exposed.
Yeah,
Bruno Fernandes missed the header, unfortunately. Yes. And a well-timed run by Marcus Rashford. Maybe he should have passed it to Fred, who had acres of space ahead of him when he made the run. But he tried to
passing that.
Yeah, he tried to take a first-time shot on the volley. Basically, ended up being a pass straight to Alisson, unfortunately. But then the game wasn't. The game was fairly balanced, but obviously Liverpool was playing the better football. And what happens is 2 minutes before halftime, Dalot gets.
I wanted to actually talk about that part.
Go ahead.
Just to tell the audience, the lineup were 4-2-3-1 for Manchester United, and versus a 4-3-3 of Liverpool. All throughout the game, you can see Ten Hag tactical choices was to go men for men. Like, depending of how they progressed on the defensive side, talking about Liverpool, if Alisson become a third guy, or if it's just Konate and Van Dijk progressing the ball or trying to find anything. Ten Hag his team is to go men for men. So like Bruno is gonna attack one of the center backs. Rashford will go for one, and there's gonna be one person open on the other side. Either if it's on Van Dijk, most likely it's gonna be I want to say, who else is gonna be open on the right side? There will be Trent Alexander-Arnold is gonna be open. So and that means is gonna be one person open. I think Weghorst had Fabinho with him, and Casemiro with Gakpo, and Fred with Anderson. But they always left one person open, and I think this is where one of the goals came from. Who gave the pass to Robertson? Was it Konate or Van Dijk? Konate, right?
I don't remember who gave him the pass, but if it was on the left, I think it was probably Van Dijk.
And usually that's what happens when you get, most of the time, successful diagonal ball will dissect your defense, and then it's gonna find you in a bad shape. Who had Robertson? It was Dalot.
But that's the
So
thing. But that's but
Fred had Gakpo, but Fred is not a natural right back, so it kind of disrupted him. It was what a ball by what a ball by Robertson, and also what a first time touch by Gakpo. So it was
100
it caught them a goal, but it was still in shape. Manchester United
100%.
still was okay, but yeah,
100%. I agree with that assessment. I think it was a beautiful goal. Probably one of the best team goals that I've seen in a while. Like just two players in sync like that. But why does it happen? It's just you get Dallo, who's completely exposed all the way at the top of the field, isolated with Andy Robertson, and now you have Fred that has to go cover that flank, and he gets completely wrong-footed, gets called ball watching, trying to go press on Gopko, thinking that Andy Robertson's gonna pass it on the flank instead of inside,
yeah.
and
But what a run also by Gakpo.
yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like it was just a beautiful team goal that these two were just completely. They were on the same wavelength, knowing what they each both wanted to do. And in that situation, I'm just asking myself, like, where's Anthony? Anthony just lazily, like, I think you said something like that once before. Like, certain players don't know how to smell danger.
Yeah,
They don't know how to anticipate danger, and it's just like, dude, at this level against a Liverpool team who's desperate and hungry at Anfield, you don't give anybody any type of space and any type of
at all.
opportunity to get passes. If you have an opportunity to press, you press and you make them uncomfortable on their passes. You don't just give them that much time and space to look for like let me just
Yeah, they at some point of the game they were not really pressing the Liverpool center backs.
hmm And then so that's one. So I'm calling out Dallo on that one. And then Gopko finishes off brilliantly, and then you go into halftime. And my theory is that everybody in their right mind, most pundits and most experts are saying that, well, you get scored on 2 minutes before halftime. Now you got to respond. Your
Yeah.
team didn't play well in the first half.
What do
Weghorst
you
isn't
have in? Mhm.
Weghorst isn't really doing anything for you. You're gonna change tactics, right? Rashford didn't get anything up front. Nobody's feeding him the ball because we're not keeping possession. Bruno Fernandez can't get anything going on the left side, so you're gonna change tactically, right? No. Halftime comes, no substitutions, the same team shape. Weghorst is still playing as a number 10. Why? Why? And what happens? There's a breakdown in defense. And I'm curious to know if Casemiro was actually ill because he played one of the worst games that I've ever seen him play in my life. Um, Loses the ball ping pongs around and finds, you know,
Oh, you
uh,
talking about the second goal?
yeah,
Yeah, it was a bad pass by Luke Shaw. Elliott picked it up. He trying to pass. He passed it to Fabinho. Fabinho kind of lost it, but still was able to progress it. Then
yeah.
Casemiro took it, but some weird thing happened. He lost it. Passed it out wide for, I believe, Salah, and crosses it, and who scores?
Was it
Nunez,
Suarez?
right?
Oh yeah, I think
The new
Noon.
Suarez.
Yeah, was it Nunes that scored the second goal?
I think that's how
Or
it
was it?
was, but it was a poor pass by Luke Shaw that
Yeah,
Elliott picked up. Elliott had a great game also.
yeah, no,
I
for
also
sure.
wanted to let you know before we get to the second half. Ten Hag says we did not have a winning attitude at all. It's unacceptable. Do you think it's just the attitude, but I think you're leaning more on the tactical choices of not changing the shape
Yes.
and not putting your team in a better position to win. Also, this is coming from Roy Keane after winning the Carabao Cup at the West Ham game, everyone was on celebration. If it was him, I would go into hiding after that result. Do you agree with him?
To what
Roy Keane. He said it after.
For Ten Hag to go into hiding?
No, no, no. The team.
No, you have to respond. I don't
Ten
agree.
Hag says he knows his team. They have a strong mentality, it's a bad result and it's unacceptable, it's unprofessional, but he said that he knows his team is gonna get over that game.
You have to own up to it. You have to respond. You have to take it on the chin, look in the face, and that's why I appreciate Varane. Varane was calling guys like Scott McTominay and Anthony Elanga, who was trying to leave the field without going to the away fans, and it's just like, bro, no. It's like, yo, we're gonna thank them for staying. At least, like most of the fans actually left. The people that actually stayed to support us in that embarrassing defeat, like you got to go and clap. Like, you just don't do that. Like, so I don't agree with Roy Keane there, but I understand it. Like, in that situation, I know there's a lot of criticism going at Bruno Fernandes. People are calling him like a sorry, like, a loser, and he's annoying and stuff like that. He's disgusting because he pushed the ref a little bit on the touchline. And I'm looking at it, it's like, yo, dude, I'm not emotionally mature enough to be losing 6 down and not get red carded. I would absolutely have gotten red carded. I'm slapping someone.
You gotta get out of here. Like Ramos did during the La Manita. Dude. He's like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm just gonna foul Messi bad and I'm out.
It's like
I slap Puyol.
If I'm losing this badly and I know everybody, like, the game is given up already, like nobody wants to play anymore. Everybody's pointing the finger at everyone. Something's happening, bro. Like I'm getting carded. I'm cursing out the ref. I don't care, bro.
You're trying to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not emotionally mature enough, man. I'm frustrated. I'm losing, and I hate losing. And losing badly at that, it's like, no, man. I'm not to our bitter rivals. Absolutely not. So, and it was just a night that it just seemed like all the 50-50 balls went to Liverpool, man. It was just not our night, man. And I get what Ten Hag is saying. Ten Hag, he's right on the mentality aspect, because after the third goal, again, this is why I'm saying, like, in my theory is, at halftime, when there was no substitutions called and there's no tactical adjustments that were made by the manager, some players checked out. I think Marcus Rashford completely checked out. I think Bruno Fernandes kind of checked out because, again, he wasn't getting anything done on the left-hand side. And then we get scored 2 times in 5 minutes, and the game was done at that point. And it
Talk to me about that before we go to the next topic. Talk to me about the second half. How did you lose the game? How did Liverpool's consistent counterattacks were so dangerous that you almost felt every time they're going in a counterattack they were going to score? How did you lose the grip of the game? And also, did Klopp set or did a tactical changes that just put you guys out of the game very quickly?
No, I don't think it's anything that Klopp think. I think, again, it's more of like, look, I don't want to take away anything away from what Liverpool did, because Liverpool played a brilliant game. Like, I think the first goal and the Cody Gakpo goal, like, which was a beautiful counter-attacking football where Lisandro Martinez, slipped a little bit. Luke Shaw got called ball watching. Salah played a beautiful in behind the back pass, and Cody Gakpo just lifted over.
What a ball
for the third goal. That was absolutely sensational. But I don't think it's more of what Klopp did. Like, Liverpool played Liverpool football, But the thing is that Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold had so much time on the ball. And why did they have so much time on the ball? There's nobody attacking them, man. Bruno Fernandes wasn't attacking Trent Alexander.
You said Andy Robertson
and TAA. They had so much time on the ball to create.
That's exactly what I told you. Like, the man-to-man allowed one person to be available. It was either Robertson or TAA.
Yeah, and what Richie, like, for the entire season, every fast and technically adept player has absolutely destroyed Trent Alexander-Arnold. Kaoru Mitoma, Wilfred Zaha. We saw Mykhailo Mudryk do it in a cameo, Chelsea versus Liverpool. Like, turned him inside out. Vinicius Jr. This guy does not play defense, but yet you want to isolate Marcus Rashford in the middle for the entire game, not giving him any opportunity to do anything, never changing it. to go and try to play versus Trent Alexander-Arnold. And on the left-hand side, Andy Robertson just completely dominated. But when I go back to the 50-50 balls that I'm talking about, it's like, okay, you get the second goal. It's like ping pong play. They get a second goal. The third goal, beautiful counter-attacking football. Luke Shaw gets called ball watching. Nobody's tracking back. Again, goes back to the whole Weghorst thing in the middle of the park. Why is Weghorst there? If Bruno Fernandes is there, he's tracking back to go down to the middle to protect the defense. Unfortunately, the defense had no protection during this game. The fourth goal, again, poor clearance, yes, maybe, but it's another 50-50 ball. Henderson ends up finding it on the right-hand side, crosses, Suarez gets a goal. Fifth goal, same nonsense, ping pong around. Salah gets the ball, knocks it past. No, that was the fourth goal actually. The fifth goal was Nunes with the header, I think. Knocks it past De Gea. The sixth goal, poor clearance by Luke Shaw. The ball falls perfectly to Mo Salah. Passes it past De Gea. It's just one of those nights. It's just like, all right, it's just like nothing is gonna go our way. Do I think Manchester United deserved to lose 7-0? I don't think so. 4-0 was more the speed of the game, but because some of those goals were very lucky in my opinion, because they were just one of those 50-50 balls, like those ping pong balls that could go anywhere. They just kept falling to Liverpool. But situationally, what happened in the second half was, again, Ten Hag just didn't make the adjustments. Ten Hag wanted to get something out of the game, took out Weghorst, brought on Garnacho, took out Casemiro, because Casemiro, again, was playing horrendous football, brought on Scott McTominay, but at that point it's 3-0 down. We're not getting anything out of the game, and everybody's checked out already. So why do you bring Garnacho on at this point? It's just like, I just don't know, man. Ten Hag really has to respond for this. I hope he gets more criticism for it and they stop focusing on the players, because yes, 6 months ago, this was the norm for Manchester United and he transformed Manchester United, because we lost to Brentford, 4-0. And then the next game, I forgot how much we lost by as well, until we beat Liverpool 2-1. That's when our season started coming back around. But for this particular game, Ten Hag has to answer for it. There's no reason why he's infatuated with Weghorst like that. That's the number one thing. There's no reason for Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford to be in the positions that they are on the field for most of the game. It's just like, yeah, man, it just sucks. But
yeah, he said that like I said, Ten Hag said it's a unprofessional and unacceptable result, but he knows his team, he knows his team's mentality. He knows that they're gonna go over it. Before we close and go to the next topic, I'm just going to give you a quick stat. Mo Salah now is the Premier League most goals in the Premier League for Liverpool, 129.
Yep.
For Manchester United, you haven't had 7 goals scored against you since 1931 against Wolves, 1930 Aston Villa as well, and Blackburn Rovers in 1926. So it's been a while. It's been a while.
That's the worst defeat, man, in club history.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, hopefully, like they get over that quickly and then move on to the next.
We have to, man. We have to. We got Betis coming up soon.
Yes, sir. Before we go to the Memphis Grizzlies, I'm just gonna give you a couple games that's gonna happen tomorrow for Champions League. Chelsea versus Dortmund. It's the returning leg. Dortmund is leading 1-0. How do you think that result is gonna end, Mike?
I think Dortmund closes it out. I think it is in London.
Yeah.
Chelsea has to respond, but they're gonna leave themselves open. And I don't know, is the kid still injured?
I don't know if I didn't check on that, but the last time I checked, they said he was not gonna play. So
okay, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think Dortmund will be able to close out the deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Benfica and Club Brugge. Benfica is leading 2-0.
I think it's a done deal.
Benfica.
Yeah, I think it's Benfica. No, yeah, I think it's Bruges played a good group stage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the end of the run, man. I'm sorry, guys.
Bayern versus PSG is the big one. It's gonna be at Munich.
Yeah.
Um, Bayern is leading 1-0. They won against PSG at PSG
Mhm.
Parc des Princes. Now they're playing in Munich. They gotta get a result. Mbappe is back. Who
Yeah.
wins tomorrow?
I'm gonna say PSG, man.
Oof.
It
Okay.
came out. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my hot take.
What's the score?
I think 2-0. I
2-0.
think they'll yeah, I think 2-0. I think call me crazy, but I think PSG plays better with two instead of three.
Okay.
Between Mbappe and Messi, or Mbappe and Neymar, whichever. I don't think the three of them make a well balanced team, and it just came out today that Neymar is going to be needing surgery, so he's going to be out for what 3 months or so. So he's going to be out for the long term. I think that, and Bayern is just shaky, man. And we saw what Mbappe did in the first leg in a little cameo versus them. He had a goal taken away. I think they're going to respond, man. I think they're going to come back, and I think they're going to beat Bayern.
That's a hot take because I got
Mhm.
Bayern because I think the opposite. I think PSG is more shaky.
Mhm.
Um, Tottenham, AC Milan. AC Milan is leading 1-0. It's at Tottenham.
I think AC Milan closed the deal. Tottenham is a sorry team. I'm gonna be blunt about it, man. They're sorry. I do not like that team. They suck. Antonio Conte, I don't like his tactics anymore. Yes, he's a coach that probably gets some type of good results, but right now, the way that team is constituted, just don't like it. I just don't. And yeah, I think Milan has the better talent. Son Heung-min has been out of sorts lately. I don't know if his peak is over and he's going to decline now. I don't know, or if he just needs a new coach to reinvigorate his career or a new system. But yeah, man, I think Milan closes this thing out 1-0
Intel
again.
won you. Okay. Intel Porto. Intel is leading 1-0. What's the result for this one?
I think it's another 1-0 victory for Inter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. There's not much I got to say about this team. Yeah, I mean Lukaku's back again, so yeah, that's what I'll say. But watch out for these Portuguese teams,
Yeah,
man.
they're playing at Porto, so watch out for them. Um, Manchester City and Leipzig. It's gonna be at City. Going to be at the Etihad Stadium.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
1-1
gonna.
right now.
Yeah, this was what, like, the last pod, and when we spoke about, I was saying like, yeah, there's something wrong with City, and that's why I was like, yeah, I really couldn't call this tie. There's some new tactics that Pep is employing with his team and the team shape
Uh-huh.
that's really interesting. Um, I'm curious to see what happens, but yeah, it's at the Etihad.
They're gonna win.
The Stockport Messi is back. Yeah, I'm thinking 2-0
2-0.
City. Yeah,
Napoli, Frankfurt. Napoli's leading 2-0.
I think that's another
2-0
2-0
again. And
victory.
it's at Napoli.
Yeah, I think it's another 2-0 victory for Napoli.
Stadio Diego Armando Maradona. They're gonna do it for Maradona, man.
Mhm.
Real Madrid, Liverpool.
Yeah, and this is where we come back. It's full circle, man. Will this win reinvigorate Liverpool versus Real Madrid? And I got to tell you, Richie, man, I'm worried, man. I'm worried. Since Real Madrid beat Liverpool, they've had one draw, one defeat, and another draw. They scored one goal in 3 games. Liverpool playing high intensity, but the
You never
difference
know.
is, but the difference is, Ancelotti has his tactics that doesn't change, and Vinicius will be isolated with Trent Alexander-Arnold. And as long as that happens, Real Madrid will
He's gonna
always
score. We
have,
just need to score one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Real Madrid will always have a chance. Well, is 3-0 far-fetched for Liverpool? No.
Nah.
But with the amount of attacking they have to do versus Real Madrid, they're gonna be left exposed.
Yeah,
And
they
I'm
will.
yeah. So that's the only reason why I'm saying, like, they got Vinicius. They're not going to be employing any type of weird tactics where Vinicius is going to play as a number 10. Like, so yeah. So
Yeah, number
I,
10. You want to
I,
go back to Manchester United?
it's just frustrating, Richie. But yeah, I still got I got Real Madrid closing this
Yeah.
thing out. I think they lose
This
the
game is
game.
in March 15th, so we're gonna have another show. We're gonna speak about it, like for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I think they'll lose the game though. Even though it's at the Bernabeu, I think they'll lose the game. 2-1.
Ah,
2-1.
they Real Madrid with their second legs, man. At home, they never do good. All right, so we're gonna move to the Memphis Grizzlies topic. It's gonna be a very short topic before we close the show. I know Mike wanted to discuss about. If you can't see Mike right now, he's throwing some gangs on all the way to start that topic, Mike. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Mr. Gangster.
Some whatever signs. Listen, man. As a person that lives in New York, right? When I moved there, and I moved from Chicago, by the way. I lived in Chicago for a year and a half. I moved here. And the way that I speak, a lot of people always thought that I was from New York. I never knew why because I never lived here, even coming from Haiti. They're like, when I was in Chicago, they're like, yo, you from New York? I'm like, no, like, I'm from Haiti. I'm from Haiti. And, as a New Yorker, I always say that I average almost 2 fights every day, just going outside and just walking outside regularly, because that's just how New York is built. I've never acted. I've never pretended to be a tough guy. I just have a mean look about me sometimes if I don't smile. And I'm just a big black dude. That's just the way it is. But if but if people know me, they know I'm a big goofball and I love anime. I love Pokemon. I love fucking Japanese music. Like
And it's true. I'm looking at exactly right now a bunch of animes posters in the background. He's telling the truth, guys.
Got my anime posters in the background. I don't pretend to be like, when people get in my face sometimes, they're like, yo, you think you tough? And I always say,
I'm like,
no.
bro.
I was like, no, I'm not. I don't act like I'm tough. I don't say I'm tough. But if you want to swing at me, you can. We'll see what we'll see what happens.
You'll get that out of me.
We'll see what happens. But Ja Morant, just $1 million guy, like multi-million dollars, just got a big deal, like one of the best point guards in the NBA. I don't know what's up with him. I don't know if it's because like he's in the grit and grind Grizzlies or whatever. This guy just goes on Instagram Live and just like waving a gun,
flashing the blicky.
Like, why? Why? What's going on there? And and the guys just sent us an article about Shams. Shams basically saying, I mean, now I take it with a grain of salt, Richie. I don't know about you. It just seems a little bit convenient that Shams is saying that earlier that day or earlier during that week that they had a
meeting with Adam Silver with the team with Memphis. Yeah.
They had a team meeting about, outside behavior and stuff like that, and then Ja went to proceed to do what he was doing. So I don't know. I think
exactly what it is. Ja's just trying to. I think Ja is just trying to show people that, yay, like this is who I am, and I'm not gonna fake it to show people that, I'm gonna be a corporate guy. See, that's the thing. This is not how you are. Like, exactly. Like,
this man never learned about code switching.
That's the thing, is that that's the thing, though. You don't have to change who you really are inside. Like, how do you speak, your friends. It's just that you have to know that I remember he was saying that I'm not gonna change on the guys. I don't know if exactly if he was referring to his NBA basketball teammates or if he was talking in general about whatever the altercation that happens and people that were involved that they said that were banned from not coming. And then he's like, overall, he just shows me that he's an aggressive guy. He's not gonna back out. He wants to show people that this is who I am. Not specifically like I'm talking about like the guns, the fighting or everything, because I haven't seen those. Like, I haven't seen him fought nobody live. We all saw the gun thing. I don't know who he is. I just know the basketball player. I'm not gonna pretend I know who he is, but I'm just, the way I'm just seeing a young guy trying to show the world that nobody's gonna change me. Nobody's gonna tell me who I am. Nobody's gonna tell me what I need to do, who I need to chill with. But the thing is not noticing that everyone is gonna have something to say for sure. Not everyone is gonna want the best for you, but most of these people have been there already. They've been to your shoes. They're just telling you, "Low, hey, yo, chill out." Like, you're not the first person who came in a game and be like, "Oh, I want to become who I am." Iverson came and showed you, like, "Hey, I'm gonna have the tattoos. I'm gonna have the corn." Yeah, but that's not the same. Has Iverson been to the stuff that involved gun? I'm pretty sure it did. He did. Doesn't have to specifically show in the news, but most of these players have. They've been to the trenches before. They've been to those. LeBron came from poor neighborhoods. They've seen guns before. They've gone to parties. They've held guns before. Not all of them, but when they become an NBA player, they know that they don't need to play with that anymore.
Yeah, I think
they're not trashing these people. They've seen it. Not everyone is gonna make it. They know how it. But if you make it, you can make a difference. But you don't have to play with those kind of stuff anymore. You don't have to
100%.
The thing is that you don't have to show people that, oh, I want to be tough and this is how you're going to be tough. You can be tough so many ways. We know you're tough. We know who you are. I know who you are as a basketball player. You're one of the few physical point guard I like to see. And you know how I like those kind of basketball players. I like point guards that go to take it to the rack. I don't like point guards who just shoot from the logos all the time. It's not my kind of game. It's beautiful, but bro, you could show toughness so many ways. You don't have to show it like that.
Yeah, I think one of the better examples that's still around in the league, in some capacity, is Derrick Rose. I mean, Derrick Rose is from Chicago. He's from the worst neighborhoods on the south side of Chicago. But his brothers, I mean, there's a documentary. I mean, if people want to look up, there's pictures of D Rose throwing up gang signs and stuff like that. But his brothers, like he has two older brothers, if I'm not mistaken. They always said like, "Yo, they're gonna shield him away from that stuff." They're they're gonna.
He's the asset.
If somebody has to carry a gun, they will carry a gun. They won't let him carry a gun type of thing. It's like, yo, dude, if you want to be still around that, there are people in your entourage that it's like, all right, like they should know better. They should be smarter around you. And it's like, yo, Ja is the ticket. Like he's the guy. Like he's making generational wealth for his family's family and their family, basically. So they need to understand and be smarter about protecting him and protecting him from himself. And dude, there's a time and place for everything. If you want to do your thing, it's like, yo, do it outside of Instagram Live, bro. Like why are you going on Instagram Live and showing these type of things? Like it's like why, man? So I don't know. It's just, he's young, and, a lot of vet players have been saying it's like, this is why this is showing the importance of veteran players on young teams, because these guys just don't know how to act. And if somebody wants to point at Steven Adams being a veteran, Steven Adams is super young, bro. And he's not part of this culture. Steven Adams is a guy from New Zealand. So
I remember when they started going out. You know how they do the going outs in the locker room with the rappers and stuff like that. I remember there was one Memphis did it with NLE Choppa.
Yeah,
if I'm saying that right. And then Steven Adams was just walking like, "What is going on?" Like it's
like the other day when he was doing. It's like, you see the chain. See the chain? Show the chain.
But you're 100% right. The veteran presence makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and look, they in Memphis have been getting a lot of attention towards them because as a young team that hasn't done anything in the league, yes, you're climbing up the standings, but these guys do a lot of talking. They do a lot of talking, and some of their players are saying like they're being unfairly targeted and they're being hated on and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you bring it up on yourself. Like you haven't
wanted the attention. Here's the attention.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. The coach and the organization, they have to tighten up and again
The
figure
healing
out
process.
the
He's probably
ultimate
like, oh my god, these. No, I'm joking.
the ultimate PR move, man. It's like, oh yeah,
Kind of
Java.
reminds me of the baby when they were saying, "Oh my God, his PR team has to work so hard every week because he's always doing some." But we kind of saw this. We saw something that was going to explode in Memphis. Memphis, sorry,
Mhm.
especially more onto John Morant. We did see that a lot of things were happening to him. I did not expect him to come out with all those things happening to him. You come out in the live and show your gun. I don't care how drunk you were or whatever you were smoking and anything like, but it goes back to the persons around you. Someone has to be around and be like, hey, 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 chill out, you know.
100%.
But yeah, so he's gonna be suspended for 2 games and more, possibly, depending of the evaluation. Um, they already have Clark out for the rest of the season, torn left Achilles. But his guys, they had great things to say. Jones, Payne, Jackson, they all said good things about Ja Morant. They love him. They wish him well so he can come back healthy, mentally strong, and then focus on the basketball game. Besides that situation, in the past 13 games, they had 6 Ws, 7 Ls. I wanted to say specifically me. Um, besides the attention that they don't want to, the other thing that's now been working out for them is fourth quarters. They're 29th in the NBA for fourth quarters. Last game they had 51. What team they were playing? Clippers? No. Yeah, Clippers, right? They were playing the Clippers yesterday.
Is that the Clippers W? Yeah.
I think the clip, yeah. So they had 51 points in the third quarter, and then they scored only 17th in the fourth quarter. And if you look at patterns of all the games they lost, you're gonna see all the fourth quarter are so low on scoring. And I don't know if you want to add anything to add to what I'm saying, and besides the other problems they have, besides John Morant situation being suspended with gun involvement and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll give you the floor.
No, nothing else to add. It's just
I wish him well, man.
yeah, I mean, he's one of more most exciting young players that we have in the league. He just has to be smarter, man. And it's just like, dude, stop acting tough. Like, stop bringing all these negative attention around you and your entourage not being smart. Don't bring them around in the NBA games. It's like, yo, keep that outside of the arena, man. It's like, yo, you could
Yeah, don't
live your.
bring them anywhere there's camera, man.
It's like, yo, you could live your life outside of the NBA pretty reasonably, and nobody could know. Nobody will know about it. Just stop with the cameras, bro. Not everything has to go live.
Yeah,
Not everything has to be live.
he could have had that, and nobody would have known about it.
But
There's
with
many
that,
other players doing some weird stuff probably right now, but you just gotta relax. You gotta chill.
For sure.
You don't. I feel like John Moore wants to show that, hey, I want to do this and I'm gonna do it that way because it's me and nobody's gonna tell me not to do it. I don't think he really wanted to do it. I don't think he's a gangster like that. I don't think he does those things for real. Like I said, I don't know him like that, but I just think it's the pressure to show people that, yo, I want to do it like that. You want to tell me that I'm a gangster? I'm gonna show you I have a gun. But I don't think he was thinking. It makes you worse.
Yeah, I mean he opens up so much, man. Like, investigations, federal stuff. It's just like, we'll see what happens. The situation is a little bit messy now, but overall, before we move away, it's like, what do you think about the landscape? Like, you think that adjusts the standings in the Western Conference?
Yeah, for sure, because they're gonna lose a couple games for sure with John Moran out. John Moran is the player that gives the most point in the paint, and that team is mostly like it's a collective team. Without John Morant, they can win some games. They have done before.
They did it last year.
Last year, I was exactly gonna say that they had no problem, no hiccups. But it's gonna be tough. There's gonna be adjustment for sure. I feel like a team like the Kings are just one game behind them. You got the Suns that just added KD, one of the best shooters in the game, 2 games behind them. those are the two teams I think they can move up. Especially the Suns. The Suns can take the second seed.
Oh, for sure. I think they are actually.
Yeah.
I think they'll be good. I think they will, provided they stay healthy. I think they get the second seed.
All right.
Before we wrap up, Rich, on all the topics, I want to say that the Golden State Warriors suck, man. I don't like that team, bro.
That was very, very, very like not expected.
They suck, man. I wish they had traded somebody, but no, whatever. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna talk about them. I'm gonna add them in one of the topics. We're gonna analyze what's going on with them. But yeah, moving on to the very last topic. It's not a topic, sorry. Moving on to segment. What's up with that? Very short segment. This time, Mike, we're gonna have you do one word to describe the subtopics.
Okay.
And for any new audience, new fans, what's up with that is a very small segment. We've been having fun with it lately. We're adding new things, but it's a very small segment where I give Mike either a topic or something that happened over the weekend for sports. It could be sports or anything in general, and he gives me his reaction. For tonight, it's gonna be a one-word description.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Mike, I'm gonna start.
All right, let's go.
Arsenal came back against Bournemouth. What's your reaction for that one-word description? Wow. That's good. Yeah. Real Madrid tie in La Liga against Betis. Go 9 points behind La Liga. Top Barcelona. It's a word. It's a word.
Disappointing.
Mbappe reaches 201 goals for PSG. He takes on Cavani, who had 200. Mbappe is only 24, 23 or 24. Very young. What's your reaction? One word description.
Expected.
7-0 Liverpool, Manchester United.
Bro. Bruh.
Okay. Neymar out for the rest of the season.
Disappointing. Yeah.
Clippers in Westbrook finally get one.
Is there a word for golf clap?
Okay. Sure. Okay. Okay. If you're not seeing, Mike has like the okay with the question mark. Like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Luka Doncic face to face with Book at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Playoff time. Just to let you know, the audience know the Suns won yesterday.
Yep.
Against the Mavs. The Knicks 9-game winning streak. They beat the Celtics yesterday with no Brunson. Knicks 10, baby. 2 words for this one. Xavi describes Barcelona as the most difficult club in the world. What's your one?
Never.
To the critiques, like they were saying, okay, they won against Barcelona, they won against Real Madrid, but they were not convinced about this W. And then basically he's saying that this is one of the most difficult club, like maybe the most difficult club to coach.
Never.
Okay.
No.
All right, that was a good one. Episode 51. Mike and Richie, alaunesports, available on Spotify and Apple. Probably somewhere else I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
But
Probably
any last
Google.
word? What'd you say?
No.
Hulu?
Google.
Oh, I was gonna say Hulu. I'm
like, no, man. Good pod. Hopefully, get some good results tomorrow. Get some good games.
Yeah, man. Wednesday's gonna be a good game. Bayern and PSG. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and thank you again for all the supports. Thank you to all our friends that are giving us the supports. Anyone else we don't know, please let us know on Twitter so we can interact with you and then let you guys know. We really appreciate that. Episode 51. Peace.